Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me go set up this room real quick and then we can get started. So let me go ahead and get everything all updated. That, a couple more things here before we can get started. All right, that's good right there. Today is October 11th. It's good. It's good. All right, cool. All right, let me get the Zoom link for everyone else over here as well. All right, it's all set up right here. Let me finish setting up the room real quick before I let everybody into the Zoom. So let me just get this set up right here. This is good. All right, people are still making their way in. So I'm going to give it some time for people to make their way in. It's still a little early. It's 6:18 right now. So give a few more minutes. All right, looks like everyone's making their way in right now. So I'll give it some time. Let's see, everyone's still making their way here. So it's 6:19 right now. We have about 11 minutes to market open. Guys, so today is a bank holiday. It's not a federal holiday, so I think the market is still going to be open today. Only reason I wasn't sure either if the market was going to be open, but I did see CNBC giving like pre-market news, so I figured the market's going to be open today. It's, you know, they wouldn't give these pre-market things unless the market was going to open. So I think the market's going to be open. It's just going to be a little slow since today is a bank holiday. It's not necessarily a federal holiday, so things aren't necessarily like closed, but you know, banks are, just because today's considered in the US, it's considered Columbus Day, or now it's considered Indigenous People Day. So we'll try to catch some trades. You know, if the market's too slow, then obviously, you know, we're not going to catch anything, but we'll try to catch as many as we can, obviously. But today might be a little risky because of the whole news thing. You know, volatility might be low, and there might not be that many players in the market, but we'll see what happens here. You know, we'll try to make the best of it. But yeah, guys, hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Happy Monday. Ready to get back into these profits. I did see a lot of you guys make some pretty nice profits over the weekend, and pre-market yesterday until the market open for London. So I did see a lot of you guys did post profits this morning. So I think you guys are doing pretty well so far. Like G-Main over here, he sent his profits. He locked in a total of about 10,000 pre-market. So G-Main is doing pretty good. Narith here as well. So Narith is up, like, you know, some pretty good profits here. He's been testing the new strategy, basically, you know, going in and out of trades really quickly. He has a little twist to it where it's a little more risky, but you know, it's pretty much the same gist of like what we're already applying. So that looks good for the most part. But anyways, we'll start analyzing US 30 right now as people make their way in. I guess like half the people here now. So we'll give it a few more minutes before we get started. But once everyone's in here, we can start looking at you know, US 30. Morning, Miles. Morning, Adrian. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Jubal. Morning, Official. Morning, Kenny. Morning, everybody. So yeah, hopefully you guys had a great weekend. You know, it is Monday, so we're ready to get back into these profits. Let's start looking at US 30, guys. We got 9 minutes till market open. So looking over here on the 1 minute, I just have these high lows drawn up. You know, I'm still forward testing the strategy, guys. So if you guys are brand new here, we're forward testing this new strategy. I mean, it's not really a new strategy for me. I've been using this for years, but I started teaching people here how to use it because it's very lucrative. It's a very risky strategy, but it's very lucrative if you do it properly. That's pretty much what everyone applied here this morning. You can see Stern over here. So Stern has been applying the strategy too. He's up 2,252 euros this morning. Nice, Aaron. Nice way to start off the week. And a couple other people here too, like Gmain's currently up 10,000, once I started showing people the strategy, everyone started like hopping onto it, and it started, this is what everyone's favorite strategy is. So we're forward testing it right now. There's no official strategy to it yet, but for the most part, we're just going to see what works best. I think the main thing we need to focus on is like where our TP stop loss is going to be. And that's probably going to take the longest because we're going to have to forward test that, under different conditions. So also, if you guys send me messages or emails over the weekend, I haven't checked any emails or messages. So I haven't ignored your message. Your message is going to get answered. Just give it a few hours later today after the session for me to get to them. Because I do have, let's see, I have about 240 emails, and then I have about 13 messages here through Telegram that I haven't gotten to. So I have a lot of emails, a lot of messages to get through, but I will get to you guys with time. Anyways, looking at the 1 minute, we have a bullish bias here, and that's because price is above the pivots and the trend mirror is green. Looking over here at the 3 minute, we have a bullish bias as well because price is above the pivots, the trend mirror is green. That indicates that price is going to be going upwards, going through a small little pullback right here, but it is bullish. Looking here on the 10 minute, same situation. Price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. Lastly, looking on the 1 hour, just get the overall, bias right here. It's pretty much going sideways for the most part on the 1 hour, but it's still above the pivot. So with that said, we do have a bullish bias all around. So when the candle opens here in the next 7 minutes, we're going to be looking for a possible buy. Looking over here at retail sentiment, it's currently 55% short. So that's good for us because we're looking to trade opposite of everyone anyways. So we're looking for a buy here. Also looking at the futures data, it's currently up 18 points right now. It's not very high, but it's still bullish, right? Because it is green. When the market does open, we'll look at the daily average. We'll see where the price is sitting. If it's, heavy bias for a buy or heavy bias for a sell, then we'll be trading that direction. However, we're not really going to know until the market actually opens. So with that said, you guys do have a gist of what we're looking for here. The technicals are bullish, fundamentals are bullish, retail sentiment is also bullish on our end. Retail traders are short, so we're going to go bullish. But yeah, once the market actually opens in the next 6 minutes, we'll confirm that, and then we'll take a look. We just need to confirm the fundamental bias first. That's going to be the main thing because that's going to be number one. Number two is going to be the technical bias. So or retail sentiment, whatever you guys want to put first or second. But for the most part, I always have fundamentals first, technicals or retail second. They're kind of just even. Unless like the retail sentiment is like super one-sided. So happy Monday, Brandy. Happy Monday. Happy week, Maria. Morning, Delmas. Morning, Professor. Morning, Jay. Morning, everybody. So we're almost here for market open. We got 6 minutes left. If you guys do have questions, just a reminder, during the actual trading session, I'm not going to be answering any questions. So you guys can drop your questions in the chat, but I'm not going to be answering them until the end of the session or until I'm done trading for the day, just so that we can focus on trades here. And, you guys can lock in trades as well. Cause I know it is kind of hard for people to follow if you guys are new here. If you guys have been here for a while, you guys already know how things work. So you guys can easily follow along and pick up trades as we go. But for the new people here, I don't want to be confusing for you guys, right? Because a lot of people say it's kind of confusing when I'm answering questions and then I'm also entering trades at the same time. Not everyone can multitask like that. So all right, guys, it's 6:25. We got 5 minutes left till market open. Looking over here at the profits. So Patricia already made pre-market profits too. Patricia just sent me her profits. She said, taking it easy today. She locked in a total of 1,255. So nice work, Patricia. Yeah, everyone's been doing pretty good. Looking over here at the news, let me just refresh this. Today is Monday, October 11th. We have a bank holiday all day today for the US and Canada. So the market's going to be kind of slow today. These are two pretty big markets. And there's not really much other news until like afternoon. So there's going to be New Zealand news at 2:45. And then we have Fed member Evans speaking at 3 p.m. And I think that's pretty much it for the most part. Other than that, we just might get like some slow conditions. So that's going to be another thing, guys. So because of the bank holiday, if the market moves slow and just goes sideways, it's going to be difficult for us to take trades, right? Because there just isn't going to be volatility for us to hop into stuff. So, just a couple of things to keep in mind, guys. Couple of things to keep in mind. For the most part, we should be good. So we'll keep the session going as long as possible. I mean, if it doesn't really pick up, then obviously we're going to end early. Just prevent ourselves from getting caught in trades that we shouldn't be in. So other than that, let's see, Charlie over here too. So Charlie made some profit last night. He's currently at 1,427. So a lot of you guys have been trading pre-market yesterday, Friday night, or not Friday night, yesterday and pretty much Sunday night. So definitely good profit right here. Charlie's currently up 1,427. So nice work, Charlie. Other than that, yeah, if you guys have profits to send over, just send them over and I'll add them to the list of profits for the day. Lester as well over here. Lester's currently up 667. Nice work, Lester. Looks like he had one loss there, but the rest are all wins. So he covered that loss easily after one trade and just kept stacking more profits after. And this is important, guys. This is why it's good that you guys understand what we're doing here and you guys aren't just copying trades that I'm taking live. It's okay to copy trades live, but if you guys want to maximize your profit potential, it's best that you guys understand and apply the strategies yourself, because you guys can see right here, I haven't taken any trades myself. I'm zero for the week. But a lot of people here are currently already up like, a couple thousand easily, just trading on their own using the strategies that I teach you guys here. So good work, guys. I mean, great work. We got 3 minutes to market open. We still have a bullish bias. We're probably going to be looking for a buy here when the market opens. If you guys are familiar with the breakout strategy, you guys know exactly what we're looking for. So we basically want to trade in the direction of the bias, and we want to confirm fundamentals before entering the trade. One thing that's going to be risky here, guys, is that it's getting close to the Asia high over here. So that's something that you might have to keep in mind. Also, one thing that we changed here too, I'll have to tell you guys later, but we actually changed the sessions high-low indicator. I'll have to give you guys an update later because there's something that happened when TradingView updated where it defaulted the time zone to New York time. Because right here I have it set to Los Angeles time, but it's 3 hours. So I just put everything 3 hours ahead. So I'll probably give you guys this little update as well. If you guys are still using it, your lines might not be the same, but I'll show you guys like what needs to be changed. It's not a big difference. You just change it 3 hours ahead. All right, so market is about to open pretty soon. It's 6:28 right now. So market is currently going to be opening in about 2 minutes now, actually in about a minute. So we'll be waiting for that. Once we have that, we'll decide whether we want to take this trade or not. All right, we got about 50 seconds till market open. So here's a couple of things that we're going to be looking out for. First, we're going to go up to the fundamentals over here. I'm just going to close these windows because we don't need these. We're going to go to the fundamentals over here. You can see it's unchanged. We're going to see where the market is sitting. If it's mostly bullish or mostly bearish, that's the direction that we're going to be trading in. We want to trade with the fundamental bias, because the fundamental bias is always going to be leading, right? So market is opening in about 20 seconds, guys. Give it some time. But we do have a bullish bias on the technical. So we're hoping that the fundamentals open bullish. If they open bullish, then we'll be able to take our breakout, as soon as the market opens. So let me just make sure. I'm going to close the chat window now, so I'm not going to be answering any more questions. All right, looks like we're pretty much good for the most part. All right, the market is now open. You see that big bullish move right there. Let me refresh this. Market is for the most part bullish. Looking, oh crap, I closed the freaking window. Let me open this real quick. All right. All right, so the Dow average right now is currently 25 points in the green. It's not very green, but it's still green, right? So as you guys can see right here, price pushed up and then it kind of hit this, almost hit the Asia high right here. What we're looking for is a buy signal. We need a buy signal to confirm the direction momentum. And then on top of that, we need it to be a strong green candle, meaning a candle with little to no wick on the top side. So right now, currently, we're looking for we need a buy signal to confirm the momentum. Also, we need to confirm a strong green candle. Right here, there's no strong green candle, so we're probably not going to have an entry off this. So there's a buy signal, or no, it's not. All right, so this would be the breakout, guys. I mean, it's moving really fast. Let me see. I'm going to wait for it to close above here. So I'm not going to enter it yet. I'm going to wait for it to close above here first, above this Asia high. Once it closes above here, then I'll probably enter it for a late entry. But for the most part, this is technically the breakout. But like I mentioned, this is going to be risky right here. I didn't want it to close above here because if you enter it below, it can easily just reject off it and swing back down, right? So I'm not going to enter it yet. You got to wait for it to close above this Asia high right here, because this is going to be a key price point to be watching. So I'm not in the position yet. I'm still waiting. I want this to push up above here and then close above this line. If it closes above this line, then I'll take it. It's probably going to come up for retest. Even if it closes below here, it'll come up for retest. And then when it does close above there, that's when it's going to be time for me to specifically enter it. So just keep that in mind. There we go. Price pushes above. I just need it to close above though. So price did not close above there, so I'm not going to enter it. This is still the breakout entry though. So if you guys are wondering, this is still the breakout entry, but I'm going to wait for it to close above this line because this line right here is a key price point. If it isn't closed above it, you can see it's having trouble closing above it, right? It's crossing above it, but it's not closing because this is a key price point where this was the Asia high from yesterday. So to be safe, I'm going to be waiting for it to close above before I enter it. And if I need to enter it late and catch a smaller profit, that's completely fine. It's not going to be a big deal to me. So I'm just going to make this a little smaller as well. Let's see. So we still got about 20 seconds left on this candle. The last thing I want to do is get caught in a bad trade on a Monday, right? Because today's going to be a bit risky. First, because it's Monday. Second, because it's a bank holiday. So volatility is going to be kind of slower than usual. All right, so we're just waiting for price to close above this line. Let's see. It didn't. So I'm still waiting, guys. I haven't entered it yet. It's still currently in profit, but I'm not going to enter it yet until we have that confirmation. So still waiting for the same thing. This purple line right here, we need price to close above it. And you can see price, every time price tests it right there, it comes right back down, right? So it's key to be patient and wait for it to actually close above it before you hop into it. Man, it might be too late. I might have to just. So even if I enter it late here, guys, I'm only going to enter it to the TP. You guys got to be, you got to remember to close out and profit when necessary, right? Don't get greedy, because if you get greedy, you're going to get burned. So you can see right here, price still hasn't closed above it. It's attempting to break above it and close, but it hasn't yet. So I'm still waiting for it. We got about 10 seconds left on this candle. All right, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, and now I'm actually in it now. So, you know, like I mentioned, guys, if you guys don't feel comfortable about this position, either take it with a smaller lot size or just don't take it at all, right? It's just going to be risky because of how price is moving currently. First, because it's Monday. Second, because it's a bank holiday. And third, because it's been dancing around the same area right here for a while now. So there's different factors here that are factoring, you know, why price could be bouncing around this area or why it might be risky. And there's different, you know, things that you guys have to take into consideration. Yeah, I'm gonna get freaking burnt on this trade. See where it goes. Damn, I just got burnt, man. Shit, this thing about to stop me out. See, this is like where I was kind of like worried about this was gonna happen, but it's okay. If I eat the loss here, it's all good. I'll keep bouncing back with the other trades. I'm still in it, but it's looking kind of nasty right now. So you can see prices starting to swing back up right here. Now, what happened right there? Let me check the news real quick. So there was news that came out right here for S&P. It said S&P falls slightly to start the week as big tech declines, energy shares gain. Going back over here, I got stopped out, guys. So unfortunately, I got stopped out of this breakout. Man, today's such a weird trading day. I wasn't expecting this to happen right here. So this dropped, let's see how many pips. Yeah, I'm just seeing drop like within a few minutes, it dropped about 1,000 pips. So it's all good. It happens. So I ate that loss right there. I'm going to be waiting for the scalps now. So this is where I mentioned, you know, it's going to be risky. I took the trade. I took the loss. It happens. But we're still good for the most part. So let me put up the requirements here for the next trades that we'll possibly be taking. I'll be looking for the high-low entries right here as well. So we'll be looking for both of these. We'll go over to the 3-minute. And we'll be looking at this over here. Hey, morning, Rigo. Yeah, such a weird spike right there. And then you can see prices starting to come back up. I mean, it happens sometimes, right? The main key about this, guys, is to not get caught up on these trades. If you guys get caught in like bad trades, you guys have to pull out. Even though you think it's going to swing back up, you guys can't get greedy. You guys have to follow the plan, and you guys got to get out of trades when it's necessary. Well, the daily strategy is still here. Okay, so I'll leave this up right here. And I got burnt pretty hard on that one. I literally entered it and it came all the way back down. But you can see here on the 10-minute, you can see how this candle right here is kind of iffy, right? This 10-minute candle, which is the one that we're currently on, you can see how it has huge wicks on both sides right here. So price is pretty indecisive. Looking over here at the stock index, let me just refresh this. Stock index is currently, it's just right down the middle, right? There's no real bias right there. Also looking over here at the actual Dow index, it's just right down the middle as well. So there's no clear bias one way or the other, but it's still pretty unusual for it to be spiking like that. It spiked about 1,000 pips one direction. So I think this is indicating the market's gonna be kind of weird today. I don't know if the bank holiday had anything to do with this or whatever, but yeah, huge spike right here off this. Let's see. All right, so we'll see what happens here. I mean, we're still gonna be looking for some trades. I got to recover from that little roadblock anyways. So we'll be looking for trades here. I mean, either way, if price comes up or comes down, we'll be looking for these. This technically would have been a 1-minute scalp. However, I wouldn't have taken it because we were in that buy for the breakout. So this breakout is starting to seem like a lot more riskier and riskier as we go on. I don't understand like why it's been moving like this. I mean, it's like hit or miss. Last week we had like 2 breakouts hit, 1 breakout lose, but for the most part, we get a lot of fake outs now in the morning. I know the volatility is picking up, but it's kind of unusual how we're getting a lot of these fake outs, right? Because price comes up, the bias was bullish, and then it comes spiking back down before it comes right back up. So the problem with these breakouts is that the stop loss is kind of tight. So what might happen is you'll get stopped out before it shoots back up. And I don't recommend anyone use a wider stop loss because that's just going to increase your risk. So for the most part, we're going to stick with the same strategy. However, the breakout is starting to seem a little more riskier and riskier as we go. And it's kind of weird because all throughout summer, we were using the breakout as perfectly fine and went straight to TP. Now it's kind of just doing these things where it comes up, fakes you out, comes right back down, and then shoots right back up to where it was supposed to go, right? So what we might do with the breakouts is we might just start using smaller lot sizes. And then for the scalps, we'll continue to use what we normally use. But as you can see right here, price is starting to come back to where it was supposed to go. So see, and this is what I was saying earlier, guys. It just, it is what it is. Like this happens sometimes where price will be manipulated down and it'll shoot right back up. Let's see how big of a spike this was. So price spike here from like 1 minute, it spiked about over 1,000 pips. And that's what becomes risky because your stop loss for the breakout is 500 pips. So the thing is, each candle here was over 500 pips. So it doesn't matter if you were in either direction. You either were going to stop out because that's 600 pips right there again. And then the one following it right here was another 600 pips as well. So something to keep in mind. I know increased volatility in the market, but it still doesn't explain why is there going to be whipsaws like this going back and forth. I didn't check the news this morning as well. I didn't really see much pre-market. It's just a lot of other stuff. I know we have the debt ceiling news that's supposed to come out today. They're supposed to vote on it, I think today or this week. Yellen didn't mention that. However, there's no confirmation yet what's going to happen with that. So we'll be focusing on these scalps now. All right, let's go. Let's see, I'm going to change this over here real quick. It's smaller. All right, and you guys can see here, price is going right back up, right? So I hate when this happens, when we get caught in these whipsaws and then price ends up going exactly to where it's supposed to go. But I mean, it happens, right? So main key, guys, is not to be discouraged. When you guys get caught in moves like this, don't get discouraged because shit like this happens. And you can see price is going right back to our TP where it's supposed to go. So the breakout actually happened right here. And you can see price is now currently back in profit. So now this is what happened. It spiked down, stopped people out, and then now it's going back up. And then now it's coming back down. So I'd be careful, guys. If you guys are trading today, if this doesn't like show you guys if the market's not moving smoothly, this is like a clear example. Because this is supposed to be moving directional. It's not supposed to be spiking back and forth like this. And I'll show you guys from previous data. So let's go back to the day before. And I just want to show you guys, because some people here are new and they're not aware of like how price moves normally. So I think the 8th was Friday, right? This isn't going to count because this is NFP. We're going to skip that day. But we'll go on the 7th, and I'll just show you how like the market's supposed to be moving smoothly. So as you guys can see right here, this was 6:30. This was market open on Thursday. So market opened right here, and you guys can see how price is moving. It'll either go sideways, but then it'll move smoothly directional, right? So comparing this move to today's move, this is like a huge spike, like 1,000 pips compared to how it was moving, the previous day over here. So this right here is super choppy, but right here is a smooth move to the upside. Same with the previous day over here on the 6th. Let's see. Yeah, so like same with the 6th over here, right? So looking on the 6th right here at 6:30, price goes smoothly to the downside. There's no like huge spikes back and forth. Like it pulls up a little bit, but then it goes smoothly to one side, right? Looking at current price right here, price goes up, then it goes down, then it goes up, then it goes back down. So this is how you guys can compare when the market's not really moving smoothly versus when it's moving smoothly, how it's supposed to go. Because generally it's not supposed to spike this much, 1,000, 2,000 pips, etc. So just be careful. If you guys want to keep trading today, we knew today was going to be risky because it was a bank holiday, also because it was Monday. However, I wasn't really expecting it to spike like this much. I was expecting to at least push it into profit X amount before it chooses its actual direction. But currently right now, it still hasn't even chosen its direction. If you guys can see right here, I'll just draw the areas where it's currently ranging from up there to down here. So that's a huge range, right? Like normally this would move directional up or directional down. However, right now it's pushed up to here on open, pushed back down to here, pushed back up to here, and then now it's pushing back down. So it's a huge range back and forth with no clear direction as to where price is going. So just be wary of that. So let me just go back over here. We'll go back to current price. And I'm still going to be looking for trades. So anyways, let me go over here and turn this back on. Got this going right here. So let me delete this because this is irrelevant. I was just showing this for an example. I do have the high marked up right here. And then I have another high marked up right here. Unfortunately, I didn't trade pre-market. Usually I trade on Sundays so that I can, cover whatever like risk that I have this morning. But I didn't trade last night, so I don't have any excess profit to cover the risk here. So we're looking for either this strategy here or for this strategy right here. For this one to confirm, we need to confirm price breaking close past these blue lines right here. So if this price right here closes above here, then I can take it for a buy for a quick scalp. This currently isn't established yet, so we're not going to use that, but we're going to definitely be looking for the next entry here. I just need a couple wins from this to cover that loss from that breakout, so it's not like a huge deal. I just need to stack up a couple wins, just a few, like 1 or 2, maybe 3, to make my way back up. Yeah, today's a bank holiday. If you guys aren't familiar, today is a bank holiday for the US. That's why price is kind of moving kind of funky like that. It looks like some of you guys are still holding on to it. So some of you guys are still holding on to the trade. So if you guys are still holding on to it, you guys are still in profit right now. Let me check the chat over here. So, all right. So like since the okay, so we have one breakout right here above it. This could technically, well, not a breakout, but it's, it's the for the strategy that we're looking at right here. We still have 50 seconds left on it. If this candle's too big, it might be a little risky to take the trade because the thing is it's going to have to pull back a bit. So we need to wait for it to close above here. However, we also need to keep in mind that it might be a little risky because if it does become really huge, then it's going to have to pull back a little bit. So let's see, this candle right here is only about 200 pips, which is fine. But something where it's moving like 500, 600, maybe 1,000 pips, that's going to be it's going to be due for some sort of retracement. So yeah, a lot of you guys are still in the trade right now. I just saw the chat and it looks like a pretty good amount of you guys are still in the trade. So looking at whoever's in the trade right now, it's currently still in profit if you held on to it. I didn't hold on to it. I had my stop loss set, so I pulled out when it hit it. Unfortunately, if I held on to it longer, I would have been back in profit right now. It's actually pushing like right back into profit to where it was supposed to go. It was just, this big whipsaw right here got us caught in that. And that's what kind of got us, got most of us stopped out before it shot back up to where it's supposed to go. Let's see. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, so I'll check the chat right now. I'll see what's going on over here. I'll check the chat and see. Let's see. So, all right, nice. So Charlie said he closed out 200 profits, scared to keep holding. Now it's a smart idea, Charlie. It's a good thing that you closed out because now it's currently like bouncing around this area. There still hasn't been a direction set yet, but it does look, I mean, our bias here is still bullish, right? Because price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. But the thing that's making it risky is that price keeps whipsawing back and forth. It should be directional by now. It's already 647, so price should be going directional one way or the other. However, right now it's not really directional, right? It's trying to push up, but it's not really having a good opportunity to close past these key price points. So let's see right here. That candle didn't close above it. So now this is a new candle again. We gotta wait for this to close above it here. If it does, then it should be good. Let's see. Let me check the other time frames over here. I need to change the settings on this. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I need to change these right here. Type 3, 11, 18. Or I'll just fix this later. I don't think it's really that important right now. I just want to make sure that the prices are right. All right. Ah, crap, I just missed the move right there. So I missed the move right here. I'm not going to enter it late. Or maybe I should just enter it for like a quick little move there. Let me see how far did it push up. Trying to catch a little piece of the move there as it pushes up a little higher. I don't recommend you guys enter it late because it's just too late to enter already. So if you guys aren't in the position already, I would recommend you guys just hold out. But looking at the 3-minute here, this might be a good entry over here for this one if it closes. So we need this to close right here. If it closes right here, then it'll provide for an entry on the 3-minute. So guys, if you guys hear my markers or my MT4 enter trades, I don't recommend you guys follow my trades. I'm only entering trades because I'm entering them late and I'm exiting really quick. So I have my TP automatically set up. I just enter a trade and I pull out right away. But if you guys aren't doing that, then obviously don't take the trades like that. Because I'm literally just getting in and out of trades super quickly. So I'm waiting here for this 3-minute over here to push up. If this right here closes, then it'll provide for a 3-minute scalp right here. But guys, I know a lot of you guys try to copy my trades whenever you guys hear the clicker go off. Don't do that because I've seen you guys do it and you guys blow your accounts because you guys don't even know what trades I'm taking. But there you go. I hit my TP. So I got out really quickly off that. It was just a quick little move here. I was trying to catch it late because I entered it late right here. And I just got in and out really quickly. So there's my TP got hit right there. You guys can see. Don't do it, guys. So I hear this all the time. Like I hear a lot of guys like enter, like Rav. I don't know if you're in here, but I hear Rav every time. Like you hear my clicker and you enter a trade and you don't even know where I'm trading at or where my TP set. So whenever I enter trades myself, guys, don't enter it. Those trades aren't going to be counted as wins anyways, or they're not going to be counted as the trades that are available. I just want to make sure because I don't want you guys to be blowing accounts like copying things based off the clicks that you hear on my screen versus actual trades. So here's a 3-minute scalp right here. If you guys want to enter late, you guys can enter it late. I don't recommend entering it just yet. Put a buy stop right there to catch it as it swings up. So what I do recommend is just put a buy stop here. Don't enter it yet. Let it pull back a little bit because it's such a big candle. What I expect is this is going to pull back a little bit and then it's going to swing back up. So don't enter it right away because you don't want to get caught in the whipsaws like how it happened earlier this morning. So this trade right here, if you want to enter it at the actual price entry, which would be right here. So just put a buy stop. When you put a buy stop, when it pushes up from here, it'll fill your order and then it'll hit your TP like right away. So let me just get this set up right here. Or if you guys want to enter early, feel free to enter early, but just understand the risk. So it's already filled right there. Let me get this set up right here as well. Yeah, guys, today's a really risky trading day. So if you guys don't feel comfortable trading, with the market conditions like this, then I recommend you just sit it out. Because for me, I can use smaller risk, and I can just manage my risk properly as we go along. But if you guys don't understand how to manage your risk properly, or you guys are revenge trading or over trading or leveraging, because what I see a lot, guys, is you guys will lose a trade, then you'll try to double up on the next trade because you want to cover that loss and then have profit, right? It's not the way to do it. That's how you over leverage and you blow your accounts. You guys have to remember to always use proper risk every single time, especially on a day like this when the market's risky. You guys already saw how risky it was from the breakout. Something like that can continue to happen all throughout the session. So just something to keep in mind. This 1 minute here that I took earlier, I'm not going to count that trade. That's just a personal trade on my end. And let me just keep updating these high lows as price continues to move along. So here we go right here as price continues to show over here. All right. And guys, yeah, so I did see a couple people here who took like some like P. I don't know how you lost 9K off the trade earlier. That trade should have only been like 3% of your account, if not less. So just keep that in mind, guys. Guys, always use proper risk every single time. So guys, the 3 minute here is pushing up, and there you go, full TP off the 3 minute. So congrats to you guys who caught it. We're pretty much back in, well, I'm basically back at break even now because I took this trade here. I also took the 1 minute. So the breakout from this morning, I pretty much covered all my loss from earlier. I'm almost there. The only one that I have here, I took this one and I held it a little longer. So that's why I'm currently up, the 500 pips that we lost off that breakout. I'm currently back up right now because I did hold this longer than the 1 minute. So the 1 minute here hit for me, and then this one hit for me. So I'm currently almost back in profit. I'm around break even right now for the day. So this is why I always tell you guys, don't get caught up on your losses, right? Because if you got caught up on that breakout in the morning, you would have been discouraged to take any trades. For me, I kept going, and then now I'm back at break even for the day. So it's all about consistency, guys. You guys have to learn how to eat these losses sometimes when they come and bounce back on the next one. So let me just give you guys a little update here because we did catch this right at, like, we caught the entire move. And then I will continue on with our analysis here. So great move off that. I'm not going to count the 1 minute, but we're going to count the loss from the breakout because I ate that loss also for this one right here. This one looks good as well. So, all right, there we go. All right, you guys will update there. We're still looking for trades, guys. This isn't it. We're still here for a bit. 6:55 right now. There's not really much news, so I'll be on for a bit, and we'll see what happens here. So yeah, Paul. So nice work. Some of you guys here sent your profits. So let's see. Yeah, a lot of you guys actually made profits. So Patricia, she locked in 2,096 right there. She said she's done for the day. She doesn't like the whipsaw. Smart move, Patricia. Good to just take your profits for the day. Romanio here is up 2,273. Nice work, Romanio. Angela over here as well. Angela's currently up 139 off her first account. Her second account, she's up 1,332. Great work, Angela. And then Paul here, he said he got burned on the breakout, but he made it back with profit. So he took a loss right there, but he made it right back. He's currently up 2,227 for the day. Nice work, Paul. Great recovery there. Larkin as well. So Sisu here, currently at 4,256. Great work, Sisu. And then Larkin again down here as well. He's up 5,542. So great work, Larkin. So great profits amongst everyone here. Salorm as well. Salorm's currently up 358. Nice work, Salorm. And Charlie over here is currently up 2,037. nice save on that, Charlie, off that whipsaw in the morning. So yeah, no, good work. Ian over here too. So Ian locked in a total of 2,559, all wins, no losses this morning. Great work, Ian. And Donnie here too. So Donnie said he took the 1 minute scalp. So Donnie, I did see your message over the weekend. I didn't get to read it or respond to you, but I'll get back to you shortly after this live session. So definitely nice profit here off Donnie too. He's currently up 567. So great work right there, Donnie. Scotty as well over here. Scotty's currently up 918, about 1,000 for the day. All wins, no losses. Great work, Scotty. So some of you guys did skip the breakout. I noticed that a lot of you guys don't take the breakout anymore. You guys just wait for, you guys are mainly just waiting for the scalps after, which is a good idea. Alan over here is currently up about 3,000 for the day. Nice work, Alan. Congrats. RJ over here currently up 6,685. Nice work, RJ. Nice work right there. So big congrats to you with your consistency. Straight wins right there. Jeff over here too. Jeff Rockwell currently up about 1,000 for the day. Nice work. He's 21 days in the blue. So he hasn't had any losses for 21 days. That's consistency, guys, right? It's all about consistency. All right, so we're still looking for trades here, guys. Still looking for trades. We're not done trading yet. Have that marked up right there. So what we're looking for now here on the 1 minute is we're looking for a retracement. We're looking for price to retrace back down, and then we'll catch it as it swings back up. That's using the scalp strategy. Using this strategy right here, we're waiting for price to break and close past the previous swing high, which hasn't happened yet. So this is the swing high right here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 candles of view right here. We need at least 4 or 5 candles in order for it to establish. So even though if this breaks and closes above it, it's not going to be considered the swing high. So we'll see what happens there. But I mean, for the most part, everyone's profits are looking pretty nice this morning. So big congrats to everybody who skipped the breakout. You know, I was telling you guys that it was risky and I wasn't even thinking about taking it, but I did take it. Unfortunately, I ate the loss. However, the account, I mean, I still took it anyways. I shouldn't have taken it because I was warning you guys that it was risky, but I still took it because I felt, I don't know, I just felt tempted to take the trade. And you know, that happens sometimes, right? Sometimes you guys just feel tempted to take the trade, and unfortunately it didn't play out in my favor, which is all good because I bounced back from it on the following trades. So we're good with that right now. Let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Yeah, I didn't like that breakout either, Rev. I'm with you on that one, bro. I don't know why I took it. I was telling you guys that it was risky, and I was like, if you guys didn't want to take it, take it. If not, then not. But I took it, and I ended up getting burnt. But it's okay because we made it right back off the other trade. Looks like there was a snipe that was available, right? No, there wasn't. Okay. So I'll just mark some zones up here in case, you know, anyone wants to take the snipes. I'll also mark up the daily as well. I don't think the daily has come yet. The daily has not come yet. All right. Lucas is asking, what's proper risk on a 25K account? It should be 1 to 3%, Lucas. So, I mean, you can do the math. It's really easy. You just do 25K times 1%. You should be risking between 250 per trade and 750 per trade. So that's your range right there. That's how much you should be risking. Max per trade, you should be risking 750. That's the max you should be risking. If you're asking about lot sizes, I don't know what broker you're using, so I can't really give you those numbers. But that's the risk that you should be taking. Risk is always going to be a monetary value. It's not going to be lot size. So you guys got to keep that in mind. You know, depending on what broker you're using, that's how much you should be risking per trade. So as price continues to push up higher, we don't have a high that's established yet. You can see every time price breaks above it, we have a new high, right? That's why we don't have, we need to wait for 4 or 5 candles to pass the high has been established for it to be identified as a high. Currently right now, there's no high. It just keeps pushing up higher and higher as we speak. So same with the 3 minute here. In order for us to have an entry here off the 3 minute, we need price to come down to retrace and then a swing back to the upside right here. That's going to be for our 3 minute. Same with the 1 minute here. We're looking for the retracement, catch it as it swings back up. Nothing available there. Looking on the 10-minute snipe over here. In order for us to have an entry, pricing needs to come down and it needs to reject off one of the pivots here. So we're not going to have any entries off the 10-minute anytime soon. Same with the daily over here. In order for us to have this daily entry here, we would need this to provide a valid signal after 6:30, which would have been right over here. So we'll see what happens with that. Let me go and refresh the average over here. So the daily average for the Dow Jones is currently 167 points in the green. So it's very bullish right now. Looking over here at the stock index, it's pretty much green for the most part as well. Very green right here, right? Looking at the futures data, currently up 60 points in the green, 67. So it's currently looking really good for a buy right now. Also looking at retail sentiment, it's 56% short. So the buys look really good right now all across the board. Fundamentals are green, retail sentiment is sell. So we want to do the opposite of them. Looking at technicals here, it's also a buy. So for the most part, everything here is pretty much a buy. The only downside of this is that we just don't have any entries, right? We're not going to enter random trades just because we think price is going to go up. We're going to wait for actual entries using the strategies here. But I'm happy that I pretty much made it back to break even for the day. I mean, you know, whenever I close a day out in the red, because I haven't done that in so long. I haven't had a red day in a long time. So I'd rather be at break even than in any point of red, because that's just, you know, if I'm in the red, it's going to like ruin my entire day, to be honest, because I don't like losing trades. And you guys have seen here, I don't really lose trades very often because I'm very particular and careful with the trades that I decide to take. Today I took a little risky one, so that's my bad. But you know, the thing with that is that you take responsibility for it, right? A lot of people don't want to take responsibility for losses. They want to blame it on something. For me, it's like I take a loss, I'm like, oh, whatever, I took a loss, that's my bad. So I can move on to the next trade and not have to be stuck on that one trade for the rest of the day. Because I've seen a lot of people take a loss and then they're just in a shitty mood like the entire day or for the entire week, and they're like, oh, I don't want to trade anymore until they have like that next win. So just something to keep in mind. You know, trading is all psychology, guys. You guys have the strategies here in front of you. So literally it's just applying the strategy and not letting the trade psychology get to you. Because if it gets to you, you know, you're going to keep losing. So I'm just going to leave this over here. I'm not going to keep putting a new high there because it just keeps pushing up higher and higher. Once we establish this high right here, we need to count 4 or 5 candles after it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where it doesn't break this point, and then this will be considered the high. So that when price, so this is what we're looking for. We're looking for price to come down slightly so that when it comes back above here and closes right there, then we'll take it for a buy right there, right? That's how the strategy works. But if price keeps pushing up higher and higher, there's just not going to be any entries available over here. All right. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. So I'll take a look at the chat now, guys, because the market is kind of dying down a little bit. It's 7:04 right now. Like I mentioned, I'm currently at break even right now. So if I want to keep trading, I'll keep trading. If I don't, then it's fine. Because the thing is, I'd rather close the day out at break even than to risk, you know, taking another risky trade. But we do have a bullish bias. So we're still looking for that to close around here. Either come down for an opposite signal for a pullback and then catch it as it swings back up, or we just want this to stay below this line and then close above here in the next, you know, 4 or 5 candles. So different scenarios here that are going to play out or that we're looking for. But currently right now, you know, I'm just not really, like, I don't feel an urge like, oh, I need to trade like right now until I see something good. So let me just scroll up real quick. I'm going to check out the Zoom chat because I think we did have some questions here before I continue on. So Jose is asking, is the minimum days trading for the challenge the minimum days you need to have at least 1 trade on the account, or just how many days you have the account open? So Jose, each minimum trading days is going to be each day that you take a trade. So say, for example, if you pass your challenge on the first day, which is very possible, a lot of people pass their challenge on the first day or within 2 days, you just need to take small trades for the next 8 days. So it doesn't need to be exact 8 days, but every day just take a small trade, like a 0.01, open and close it, and then it'll count it as a trading day. You just need to have 10 of those to pass that requirement. But that's going to be automatic, right? If you just keep trading every day until you reach your profit goal, you're probably going to hit that with time. It's just going to happen automatically. Other than that, let me scroll down a little bit. See what else I missed. Shane said, I have it as a 1 hour resistance. Could this can be on with them? Definitely, Shane. So Shane also, he was talking about the Asia high over here. He had this marked up as a 1 hour resistance zone. So yeah, definitely. You could definitely use both of them as a confirmation, right? You can use other things to help you confirm what direction price is going or where it might reject. It's not like set in stone that you can only use one. You can use two to increase your confidence in that specific move. All right, so price is starting to push up right here again. If we get a buy signal, we can take it using the pivot scalp strategy. Vice versa, if price ends up closing above here, then we can take that for the high-low scalp as well. I'm still watching here. I don't see anything closing yet, so no entry available just yet. We have a pending buy off this candle, so we'll see what happens there. Let me just keep scrolling down a little farther to see what else I got over here. So yeah, Abraham said, I think I'll skip today. No, it's probably a good idea, Abraham. If you don't feel comfortable, then it's probably best to just skip the day, right? Like, guys, just keep in mind, this isn't the only day we're trading. I feel like a lot of people feel pressured to pass their FTMO within like a day or two because they see other people passing it so quickly. There's no need for that, right? Just take it consistently and pass it within the time allowed. Like, you don't have to pass it within 1 or 5 days. You can literally take the entire 30 days to pass. There's no requirement for you guys to close early. There's no bonus for you guys closing early. So just take your time. Yeah, Isai said, yeah, price is super indecisive during market open. Yeah, it was super both ways. Main said, I don't take many breakouts anymore. Majority of my wins are scalps, and my first big loss on a breakout, I had to take 2 weeks off. Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, so that's the key. If you guys don't like certain strategies, don't apply them, right? You don't have to apply every single strategy here. If you guys have noticed, I don't really take every breakout either. Last week, I only took 2 breakouts, or I took 3 breakouts for the full 5 days. The first day was a win. The second day was a loss. The third day was a win. And then after that, I just been taking more breakouts. So something to keep in mind. You don't have to apply every single strategy. Just apply what works for you, what you like, what you feel comfortable with. If you don't like the breakout, then just don't take it anymore. It's not necessary. It's just me showing the people here who still do like it, because some people still really like taking that trade. Roger said, can you take a buy snipe if the red candle is red? So Roger, let me see. Because the requirement here is that you're only trading the direction of momentum, Roger. So you can't trade opposite of it. So let me see. You said at 5:30 or 6:30, you said. Let me see this right here. Yeah, it was. So Roger, this right here was a valid snipe because there was a zone down here. So the 5:30 one was a valid snipe. However, I think your other question was, yeah. So if the candle's red, it's completely fine, Roger. There's no requirement for any candle color. The only thing that you want to confirm is the direction of momentum. So if momentum's here for a buy, then you want to take it for a buy only. If your momentum is here for a sell, then you only want to take sells, right? You know, if you took the sell right here, like these obviously would have hit CP right there. That would hit your profit target right there. So if it's a sell momentum, you're only taking sells. If it's a buy momentum, you're only taking buys. So yeah, even if it's a red candle within it, you're still fine. You can still take that for a buy or sell, as long as momentum's going that direction. So as you guys can see right here, price is not really moving anymore. It kind of slowed down a bit because of market volatility starting to die down a bit. So look at this right here. Let's see. So this right here technically could have been a sell. I didn't take it. Obviously, I didn't take this trade because I didn't even notice this until now. But this is also a risky time to be trading as well, guys. So one thing that you guys want to keep in mind, you guys don't want to be trading when price is going sideways. This is like super key. You guys want to make sure that you're trading when price is going up, coming back down, because then you get real swings in both directions, right? You want to be trading when price is going sideways, because the last thing you want to do is get caught in a trade going the opposite direction when you least expect it. So I mean, we probably wouldn't even caught this one right here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we probably wouldn't have capped this one because it didn't qualify as the, you know, these 4 or 5 candle requirements right here. You need at least like 4 or 5 full candles to close. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 4th one, but this was also the entry. So we wouldn't have taken this trade here. And you guys can see prices starting to get kind of messy right here. So something to keep in mind and to be careful with. So that's probably something right here too. I need to add that to the requirement to this thing. So I'll just add another one there, confirm. price is not ranging, consolidating. So as you guys can see, this strategy is a work in progress. It hasn't been completed yet. 30 high-low scale. All right. So as you guys can see, this strategy is a work in progress. It's still unfinished and it's in progress. When I see something that I need to add to it, I'll add it to the requirements here. So you just want to make sure that price is not ranging or consolidating. So looking at this here, I would not take any scalps here, even though it breaks or closes above, you know, whatever high lows that come across here. It's just something to keep in mind. So let me go over here real quick to the YouTube chat. Let's see, Deswell. Hey, Deswell, nice to see you. I haven't seen you here in a while. I think you've probably been busy flying. Deswell said, morning, Shawn. Take a look at the 3-minute, brother. I can tell I've been watching them for a few months and trade your breakout strategy on them, NASDAQ, pretty much all the indices. So they move together 80% on the breakout. Gotcha. Okay. So Deswell said that he's been taking it on the 3-minute. So maybe that might be something that we can start looking at, right? Maybe. So this is good. This is why our community here at K2 is good, because we all work with each other. We're not here trying to, like, people out here are not competing with each other, right? We're literally here trying to help each other get better at trading. So looking at this right here, Deswell said that he would follow this here for a sell. I'm trying to figure out where your entry would be here, though, Deswell, because you said the breakout here. The breakout happened at 6:30 right here. So if you were taking this trade here, I mean, you would have taken the sell. But even if you took this sell right here, I don't think this would have hit because, or I'm not sure how you apply it. You might be applying it differently, Deswell. So if you can provide, you know, whatever you're looking at or specific requirements, maybe we can look at it better. But I'm not sure what exactly you're looking at. Let me go back to 6:30 from the previous week. So 6:30 again right here. Looks like it'd be a buy or a sell. So this sell right here would have been good if you took that. Looks like this would have been a nice drop to the downside right there. But this still would have been a loss still here as well. So I'm not sure. Maybe your requirements are different for the breakout. Because looking at this right here, if our TP was 500 pips, it still wouldn't reach a TP. It would have reversed and just hit stop loss eventually on the 6th, on the 8th. Let me go back to like the day before that on Friday. Okay. The 7th over here. 6:30. Right there. Okay, so if you took this one right here, this one would have been a good trade. 6:30 price close above there. And it looks like it pulled back a little bit, but it did push up to full TP as we got over here. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so Deswell said he took it on the green signal. So let me see this over here. 6:30. Oh, okay. So this is what Deswell is doing. Deswell's waiting for the first signal to come out after 6:30. So 6:30 happens right here. He catches the first signal right here after, and it goes straight up. So straight full TP right there, Deswell. So yeah, this is kind of similar to the daily strategy for this right here. Lucas is asking 500 pips is 5 points, right? No, 500 pips is 50 points. You just add a 0 to the points, that makes it pips, because pips are points in percentage. So it's just percentage of a point. 50 points is 500 pips. 5 points is 50 pips. All right, so let's go over here to this the previous day again. 6:30 right here. Okay, I see what you're doing, Deswell. So you're basically applying the daily strategy, but on a 3-minute, which does look good. I'm going to keep that in mind, and I'm probably going to play around with it, and I'll see if it continues to work. Because if it does work very well, you know, we can use it. There's no problem with us using it. So again, right here, 6:30. Yeah, so nice catch there, Deswell. You know, I didn't even think about doing that on the shorter time frames, but it does look like it works very well. So definitely great work right there, Deswell, with a tip. So, and you guys know, if you guys know Deswell, he's been in K2 forever. This is like, he's going to be K2's pilot once we get our our jet for Deswell drive. So yeah, Deswell, looking here again at 6:30, the first signal here for a sell. Right there, full TP. So no, definitely great catch on that, Deswell. I'm definitely going to be keeping this in mind. Maybe this is something that I can work towards. testing in the morning as well. Again, right here at 6:30, this one looks like it would have been a loss, but it looks like it was manipulated because it was a big push to the downside, right? Market over right there at 6:30, and it came right back down. So one loss right there. I mean, it happens. We can probably trade this at a 1-to-1 risk to reward because it has such a high win rate that we can, it'll balance out, right? For the most part, it'll balance out as price goes along. And there's probably gonna be a time area where you don't take anymore. So maybe from like 6:30 to 7. If it doesn't happen between 6:30 to 7, there's probably not going to be an entry that's available using this specific strategy. And this is something that we can work with. Maybe we can bring this to our, our admin group, and then we can probably play around with it to see what times work better with this specific strategy. So again, right here, sell. Yeah, full TP. So we can probably do a 500 pip move. So thanks for that, Deswell. I'm going to put this in my notes, actually. Let me just open my notes over here. Test daily strategy on 3-minute between 6:30 and 7. I think that should be good. All right, cool. Thanks, Deswell, for that tip. Let's see if there's any other trades here. If you guys have any more questions, go ahead and drop your questions in the chat. Otherwise, if we don't have any questions here, we might be wrapping up the session a little early because the market is just not really moving very smoothly. The last thing I want to do is keep trading and then risk losing some risky trades. Risk losing some risky trades due to, these unusual price movements. Yeah, Donnie just said we missed the 1 minute. Unfortunately, we did. I wasn't looking for any trades because I was back testing that one strategy that Deswell was mentioning. But yeah, there was a 1 minute entry right here. So looking at the 1 minute pivot scalp right here, you can see price came down a little bit. We had a buy signal. This would provide for a long entry. However, I probably wouldn't have taken this myself even if I saw it. Yeah, even if I saw it, I probably wouldn't have taken it, Donnie. And the reason for that is because price is just consolidating sideways, right? So like that's like one thing to always keep in mind. When price is consolidating or going sideways, it increases your risk of price reversing on you, because if price isn't moving directional, it can easily just bounce back and forth, right? So like looking at this right here, I personally wouldn't really want to trade in a range like this. But not everyone trades like me. A lot of you guys are a lot riskier traders than me. For me, I'm very conservative. I only like trading when I'm like almost 100% sure trades are going to hit. Although this would have been a good trade, would have hit TP. Just because I saw this moving sideways, I probably wouldn't want to enter it myself personally. But if you did take it, Donnie, right there, because you did see it, that would have been a full TP right there with no drawdown at all. Literally, you enter the trade, pushes up, hits TP, and that's it. So definitely a nice catch on that as well, because I wasn't paying attention to that. Yeah, 100% Deswell. No, thank you 100% for giving us that tip. Because I know Deswell, if you guys know Deswell, he's been in K2 since like K2 is like even a company, right? Deswell, you've been with us for so long, and you've been part of the community here and there. I know you get busy with work because you're flying everywhere, but definitely thank you for giving us that tip there, because that's going to help us in the future as we continue to damn. There's another entry right there, but I obviously didn't take the trade. So looking at this right here, guys. The high right here finally got broken. You guys can see the old high that we marked up earlier. It actually broke. I missed the trade too. It's okay. I'm going to miss a lot of trades today, guys, because after today's loss from the breakout, it kind of puts me on edge on like when wanting to take trades. But again, right here, you guys can see using this high-low strategy, we confirmed the previous swing high-low or the swing highs. There's one right here and there's another one right here. So there's two swings right here. Price finally broke it right here. So that would have been another entry. And then again, right here, the older previous swing, it broke it right there. So this would have been another entry right there. So if you guys took any of those trades right there, oops, wrong button. Yeah, if you guys took any of these trades right here, these all would have hit TP using the high-low strategy. So this one right here broke this high right here. Full TP. Again, right here, this high was broken right there. Another full TP right there as well. So I didn't catch these trades, unfortunately, but it's okay. Like I mentioned, I'm a very conservative trader, especially after like how price is moving this morning. It's starting to finally move straight. right? This morning right here, price was very indecisive. It bounced back and forth, and then it made its way to the upside, consolidation right here, and then pushed back to the upside again right here. So it still looks bullish, but you know, obviously it just still does look a little risky. So that's why I wouldn't have taken the trade even if I saw it. See, Donnie's asking another question here. So Donnie's asking, does your risk change depending on the 1 minute and 3 minute strategies? It's the same, Donnie. I base all my trades off of 500 pip stop loss. So my lot size is going to be based off a 500 pip stop loss at every time. So I always have it at 10 lots. That's like my normal lot size to be trading with. But you know, you can use something different. You don't always have to use what I use. It just really depends on your preference. But for me, I always have it set to if it was going to be a 500 pip stop loss. And the reason for that is so that we can have some net, like an extra net for me to drop below. So like say for example here, if we're taking a 1 minute scalp, right? Say for example, I'm taking a 1 minute scalp right here, and say price is just super volatile, right? It's bouncing back and forth. The reason why I have it set to a 500 pip stop loss is that so if price goes below here and I want to extend my stop loss a little lower, I can extend it to 500 if I wanted to. Not that I should, but if I ever wanted to, and I think price is spiking back and forth and it's going to swing back up, I have that luxury, right, to move it down because my lot size is okay to survive a move like that. Obviously, if I'm just going off if I'm going off lot size for 300 pips, I can increase my lot size. Instead of using a 10 lot, I can use a 15 or a 20 lot, right? However, for me, I'd rather stay at 10 so that I can, if I need to, I can move it lower because I can handle that risk. So I just add a little cushion to it. That's why for me, I always just have it set at my lot size is set at 500 pips. However, even though my stop loss is lower, I can always extend it if I need to, if that ever happens. So it's yeah. So Donnie just said, I see, that makes sense. It's just like an extra cushion just in case. Yeah, because you always want to be safe, right? You always want to have that back door just in case you need it. Because you never know when price is going to start moving all crazy on you, and it might go like straight to your stop loss before swinging above. So like say for example right here for this 1 minute breakout, if I took a smaller lot size, so if I half my lot size from 10 to 5, right, which I probably should have, if I did that, like you can see right here that my stop loss was at 500 pips, right? If I halved my lot size to 5, I could have held on to like 1,000 pips down here. Oh, sorry, wrong button. Yeah, so long right here. So my breakout, I only hit stop loss because my stop loss was like right here, right? If I used a half lot size, I could have had my stop loss way down here to 1,000 pips because I could have doubled my stop loss, right? If I was using a half lot size. Unfortunately, I didn't. If I did, it would have came right back up and it would have hit my TP right here, right? So this is like a lot of people don't understand this. Like when I have a cushion here, they think that they think that the bigger stop loss you have, it's bad, but it doesn't make a difference if you use a smaller lot size. So you can use a smaller lot size and have a bigger stop loss, but some people just they can't understand that like using a small if you want to use a bigger stop loss, just have a smaller lot size. If you want to have a tighter stop loss, use a bigger lot size. You'll make more profit that way. It goes both ways, right? That's a difference between using. That's why sometimes I'll tell you guys, this is a risky trade. Use a half lot size, right? Because I want to have this cushion right here to push this down if I need to, which would have been a good thing today. Unfortunately, I did, and I used this normal lot size, and that's why I just took the loss here. But it was cool because we took the two scalps after, and then I made it back to break even. So I mean, some people don't understand the logic behind that. I mean, I guess you have to have some sort of like, I don't want to say common sense because it's not really common sense. It's more so kind of actually understanding how risk works and how like lot sizes and stop losses kind of intermingle with each other, right? Because some people don't get that. They get mad because they'll say, oh, you're just increasing your lot size and you're just going to lose more money. You're not losing more money if you decrease your lot size because you're technically losing the same amount. You just have a bigger net. So hopefully that makes sense, Donnie, because I think it does make sense to you. So that's what I mean when I say use a smaller lot size so that you can handle a larger risk in case you need it. All right, Sai's asking, is a new all-time high for US 30 coming soon? Let me check real quick. No, not anytime soon. So the all-time high is like way up here. It's at 35,630. So we have a long way to go until it gets to that point. Price is currently down here. It's going to have to move about 7,000 pips to reach that all-time high. So we got a long way to go. 7,000 pips till it reaches the all-time high, but it's still pushing up. It's trying to make its way back up there, but it's, obviously it's not moving there just yet. So guys, let me see if there's any other questions. If you guys do have any other questions, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. Donnie, that was a good question that you asked earlier, because I think that helps you understand a lot of reasons why I say certain things during the live sessions, right? If I say to use smaller risk, it's because I think prices can be very volatile, or because I see whipsaws like this possibly happening. I wasn't expecting this whipsaw here, so that's why I didn't lower my lot size, but it happens sometimes, and sometimes you just have to eat that. Other than that, let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, if you guys have questions, just drop your questions in the chat. It's 7:30 right now, so I'm probably going to be getting offline soon. Main reason why I want to get offline is because I know myself. If I stay on this session, I'm going to want to keep taking trades, and price right now isn't really moving directional at all, right? You can see price kind of moved up this way, bullish move, consolidation, slightly push to the upside, back into consolidation, right? There's not really any movement going on right now. It's kind of just going sideways. And this is the type of market that you don't want to be trading in, because last thing you want to do is enter a buy here. Like say, for example, price closes above here, you enter a buy, and then this thing just comes tanking right back down. That's something you guys want to keep aware of. Also, today's a bank holiday, so that's why I'm kind of like wary about trading. I don't think the stock market's closed, but one thing that I'm worried about is that if the stock market does close for a short period of time, like on a normal holiday, the stock market will close from like 9, and then it'll just be closed for the rest of the US session. If you guys get caught in that trade and you're funded, you can lose your funded account. So for me too, I don't want to lose my funded account by a technicality, which, I mean, it's horrible. It happens all the time with people. So it's also something to be aware of. So me being safe, obviously I want to be a little careful with that. Emilzon's asking, the high at 34,917 was broken by 2 candle waves. Why is it still valid for a buy? What are you referring to? Let's see, 34,917. Are you talking about this one over here? Because in order for it to be, so here's another thing, guys. Let me go back and just explain this, because I think you guys might be confused about how it works. In order for it to be, it needs to close above it. It's passed it here twice, but this is still the high, right? This doesn't consider that it's broken, because looking at the requirements here for the first 2 requirements, you want to confirm it using this. So this high was established right here. There's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 candles, right? 13 candles since this high was established. Since this high was established, that means it's now a high. In order for it to be used, it needs to be closed above it. So even though it breaks past it, it hasn't closed yet, right? When it closes above it, that's when it's used. And that's when you take the entry there using the strategy that we're referring to, right? So that's when it would be considered used. I think you might be mixing things up. So let me just go back and reread the question. So Emilzon's asking, the high at 34,917 was broken by 2 candles. It doesn't matter if it was broken. In order for it to be invalidated is if it's broken within the first 4 or 5 candles. So let me just go over here, right? I'm just going to show you like as it happens. So here's the high, right? We have the high established. We wait for 4 or 5 candles, because that's this to confirm the previous swing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Price hasn't broken past, right? This is now the high. It's established as the actual high. In order for it to be used, price needs to close above it. So right here, we have another high. Let me go and just move this line over here real quick. So we have another high right here, right? In order for it to be established as another high, we have to count another 4 or 5 candles. So right here, 1, 2, 3. At this point, price is broken, right? So this isn't going to be considered a high anymore. This is done with. It's not going to be used at all. So this one still hasn't been broken, and it hasn't been closed above it. So it still hasn't been used. Looking at this right here, another candle, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. We have a buy signal here. So at this point, we have a buy signal. This high hasn't been broken or closed above yet. So with this buy signal here, we're waiting for price to close above here, right? When price closes above here, it can be used with the strategy. Once it's used, then it's be invalidated. So right there, it broke, didn't close, so there's no entry available there. broke again right here. It didn't close. There's no entry available there. Here, now it broke above it and it closed. So at this point, confirm the previous swing high. This is going to be considered a swing high because it broke right here. So this is invalidated. This is going to be the valid one. So first requirement here, confirm the previous swing, which would be this right here. Second, confirm a price breaking close past the previous swing, which should be right here. Third, confirm the direction, confirm trading in the direction of momentum using the K2 momentum indicator. Right here, we have a buy signal. So we're trading here for a buy. Lastly, you just want to confirm price isn't ranging or consolidating. Right here, price is breaking a new high, so it's not consolidating anymore. If price was within this area right here, like below this line, then it would be consolidating. However, it broke this high here, so now it's not consolidating. With that said, you would enter on the open of the falling candle, which should be right here. You let it run, and there you go, full TP off that trade. So yeah, I know it's a little confusing, Emilion, but you'll get it over time, right? Something that you just keep applying over and over again, and then you just know exactly what to look out for. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense to you. Once I release this new indicator to you guys, it's going to make a really big difference because it's going to help you guys understand how this stuff here, works. Sure, no problem, Salorm. Salorm, so I appreciate your time. See you tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow, Salorm. Looks like a lot of you guys are done trading for the day, so it's good. Funme is asking, hi, Shawn. Please, what app do you use to copy trades? I use Social Trader Tools. That's what I use for me. Falcon here is asking, Shawn, thoughts on using 5 points above last established high-low using a buy stop order? That wouldn't work because you need to wait for the candle to actually close, right? And I'll show you an example of that. Here, let me see if I can find one here. Because the thing is, if you set a buy stop order, it's going to automatically trigger the order even though it hasn't closed. The requirement here is for requirement 2 is confirm price breaking close. Key thing is to close, because if it doesn't close, it can easily just bounce off it, right? Let me see if I can. I'm gonna look for a bad trade on purpose, not using the strategy, but just looking for a bad trade on purpose, so that I can show you why that's a bad idea. And it might be hard to see here because the thing is these candles aren't moving real time, but you'll see sometimes where price will, like say for example right here, right? Example right here, price comes and then say your buy stop is like right here. Or say, we're just use this as an example. Say your buy stop is like right here. For whatever reason, it's right here. And it triggers your buy stop as it fills right here, right? What if it comes right back down and doesn't actually push up above it? Then you're gonna get stopped out, right? It doesn't fit the requirement. So that's why we wouldn't do that there. I wanna see if I can find one that's actually like a bad trade so that I can show you like, this is why we wouldn't do that. Let's see. It's kind of hard to tell because there's okay, so nothing there, nothing there. And I've tried that before. So I try to base the strategy off something like that before, Falcon, and it's not very consistent. Like it does happen, it works every so often, but a lot of times it doesn't work that well. And let me see if I can find something here. Yeah, trust me, I've tried like all these ideas that a lot of people bring out, like regarding these other strategies, like shortcuts. I've tried them before because I'm always looking for something that works that I can just use. That's a lot easier to just set and forget it, right? I've used it. It works good when market's volatile, but when market's moving sideways, it's horrible because it'll hit your buy stop or your sell stop to enter the trade, and then it'll just reverse back into a range and it'll stop you out before it even reaches your point. So let's see. Okay, so this is a perfect example right here. So like, yeah, so we could like use this right here. That's actually not good. Let me go back to over here. Okay, so it's this one right here. This next lower here. So like how you said right here, right? You wanted to, so if you set a buy stop right here at this same exact price point, and you have it set to 50 pips, right? So see right there how you have it set to 50 pips. If you automatically have that set to a buy stop when price crosses above it, you can see how price triggers it and it comes down and stops you out. Comes up, it'll trigger your buy stop, stops you out. And say, for example, if you want to enter later, right? So for example, here, if you entered not on this candle, but you waited for this one and you try to enter right there, as soon as it pushes up, it stops you immediately. So this is why I wouldn't use that at all. Because the key thing for this strategy is to wait for the close. Because if it closes above, you would have never fell for this trap here, right? Because you would have waited for it to actually close above it. So like you wouldn't gotten caught in that spike to the downside because you would have been super burnt right here. And if you got burnt 3 times, because you probably would have gone burnt here, here, and here. That's 3 losses already. So I personally wouldn't do that. I mean, you can play around with it if you like that or you think that works. But for me personally, I've tried it before and it doesn't work well. It works sometimes. Like there's time periods where it works well, but when it doesn't work, you're gonna feel that burn because you're gonna have like some pretty bad losses if you keep trying to trade that way. But I've done that before. So I learn from my mistakes and don't do it unless you're like really confident with the trade. Okay, another question here from Randall. Randall's asking, Shawn, how do you calculate your pips? What do you mean by that, Randall? I'm trying to understand your question here. So are you wondering like, how do I count pips? Like if you're using a measuring tool, like these are points here, right? So like when you use this measuring tool here, because we're trading off the future. If you're using this measuring tool, these are 11 ticks or 11 points. 11 points is equivalent to 110 pips. You just add a 0 behind it and it becomes a pip because pips are just points in percentage. So if you're going off points, if it's 11 points, what's that equivalent? If you're doing it, you know, each point is worth 100 pips. That's going to be, you just add a 0 to it pretty much. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, if you ever want to measure stuff here, like depending on what data you're using, we use currency.com data. If you have 28 pips right here or 28 points, that's going to be 280 pips. So like, for example, here, if you're in a long position and this says 50 here, right? These are 50 points and it's equivalent to 500 pips. So that's pretty much what you would do. You just add a 0 to it. That makes things a lot easier for you. Rick said, you find trading hard now that you turned old over the weekend? A little bit, Rick. You know, that's probably what caught me this morning with that breakout. Moving a little too slow now. I'm moving at turtle paces. No, I'm just kidding. I'm never gonna get slow at trading. You know, the more and more you guys trade, the better and better you get, right? You just get sharper. You get sharper and sharper every time. Doesn't matter how old you get. Because I've seen some old people, like some real old people, and they trade really good because they know exactly what to look out for. They're just spotting specific things. They're just looking for, like for me, we're looking for specific requirements here, right? If you guys have a plan, you guys have requirements to follow, you guys should be set. And this is a skill that you guys can continue to use forever, pretty much. Because trust me, I'm gonna be trading till I'm old, even though I don't need to. Trading's fun. You know, the profit that comes with trading is just in addition to it. That's why I go on these live sessions with you guys every morning. Sometimes I don't even trade, but I'm here because I'm having fun trading with you guys, and I like seeing a lot of you guys here profit. You know, seeing like people here use my strategies and make like 800 a day. Like this is my cousin Jose right here. Like this dude locked in 800, and I think this is his first challenge. So he's doing his challenge now. You know, good luck to him. Seeing you guys profit here, this is this is what really like I like about trading, right? Thing is, a lot of people, they go for just a profit, like for profit, right? They want to make money from trading. For me, I've already made my money trading, and I still make my money trading every day with you guys. However, you know, my need to trade is to help you guys get to that level too. Because the thing is, I can trade by myself and I'll be perfectly fine. You guys have seen how I traded with you guys live. Imagine if I have full focus and I'm not answering any questions. I can make a ton more profit, but the profit is just an additive, right? It's an extra for trading. Seeing people here profit here, seeing my friends, family, you know, all you guys here, we're all a community, right? Seeing all you guys profit with us here together, this is what really makes me happy about trading. It's more so seeing my skills pass on to you guys, and you guys are here to profit as well. Because the thing is, I can trade by myself and I can do perfectly fine just, you know, being alone and just trading with nobody else. But here I am teaching you guys what I'm doing, and you guys are profiting every day as well. Stern here locked in 3,449, 499. Sorry, Stern. So like nice profit off there. So Stern locked in 3,499 euros this day. That's pretty good. So Salorm as well. Salorm just signed off. So I'm locked in a total of 804. And you guys can see, like, you know, I'm trying to create a community here where you guys are consistently profitable just like I am, because it's possible. You guys have seen people here. This is just from today. So you guys can see the timestamp for today right here. And you guys can see everyone here profiting. C-Stukes up 2,000. His other account 2,800. Larishna passed her FTMO here. You know, all wins right there. Past her trading days, her requirements. G-Main is currently up 10,000. You know, seeing everyone profit here. This is really what K2 is all about, guys. It's not about me showing off to you guys that I can trade or show you guys my profits. I don't even show you guys my profits that much anymore. I mostly show you guys everyone else's because I want to show you guys what's possible, for everyone else here. So other than that, guys, if you guys have any other questions, I think this is it for this session. I do have a ton of emails and messages to get through. So if you guys did email me or message me over the weekend, I will be getting to them, like hopefully by today, if not by tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, other than that, what a weird trading day to start off the trading week, but it's okay because I think the rest of this week is going to be better. So let's check the news for tomorrow to see if there's anything here. Tomorrow's Tuesday, so 7 o'clock in the morning, we have JOLTS job openings. So we'll probably be looking for the breakout. If we don't see anything after that, then we'll start scalping. Other than that, we have Fed member Clarita speaking at 8:15, and then we have Fed member Bostic speaking at 9:30. So we do have some news tomorrow. We have news this entire week, actually, which could be a good thing. So just keep that in mind. Just because people are like, there's news speaking, it's not necessarily a bad thing because they'll create volatility in the market, and it'll help us. Identify, where we should be trading or where we shouldn't. So even though there's news, it'll push price one way or the other, which can be beneficial for us. We just got to make sure not to trade when they're actually speaking. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else here that I'm looking at. So Randall said, "Oh, Shawn, by the way, one more question. Can you navigate how to access the intraday K2 strategies, please?" I mean, depends on which one you're looking for, Randall, because literally any strategy can be used as intraday. But I mean, depending on which one you're looking for, there's a lot of them here that are available. Let me pull it up for you real quick. So, okay, so here's the course right here, Randall, right? You know where the course is. So if you go to the course here, the first strategies above here, obviously going to be the scalping strategy. So the breakout strategy, that's not an intraday strategy. Obviously, it's just breakout. We have the scalping strategies here. This is the daily US 30. This is the K2SR indicator. And you can see here, so the K2SR zone strategy, you can see where it says intraday and swing, because you can use this for intraday or swing. If you want to use the official intraday strategy, you just got to scroll down. You scroll down far enough, you'll see the intraday strategies right here. All these strategies down here can be used for intraday. So you can use the intraday strategy, the momentum pullback strategy, the pivot scalp strategy. This can be used for scalp, intraday, swing. And they're all on here. So if you want to go find any of these strategies, they're going to be all on the website. Yeah, no problem, Randall. So glad I could help you with that. All right, guys. So I think that's it for this session. It's 7:43 right now. So I think I'm done. I don't think I'm going to take any more trades for the day. The market is moving kind of funky as we see it. So other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next live session. And if you guys do have questions, feel free to message me or email me, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. So happy Monday, guys, and have a great rest of your week. I'll be here on, let's see, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, same time, 6:30 or 6:20 for you guys.